Like, I'm going to compare him to Mbappe because they play in similar position.
Hold on a second. You're
He-
putting Alvarez with Mbappe. You're
no,
comparing them?
no, I
Come
was
on.
going to compare them. I was going to compare them
No, don't do
precisely to
that. Don't do that. You're
clarify.
gonna lose all credibility. We're not gonna get
No,
any followers. People are gonna stop watching the show. As soon as you start
no,
comparing Alvarez to Mbappe, people are gonna be like, "Oh, these guys don't know shit." Boop.
no.
Wow, it's been a long time since we last got together, my friend.
Dude, this is getting really interesting. It's getting really interesting. I'm just saying, I know we're going to talk about stuff in detail, but I just want to say it is way more fun and entertaining than I expected it to be at the beginning, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, I was kind of being sarcastic too, because it's only been a couple of days, but so much has happened. And this is why I love the format of 48 teams so much. I can't get enough. I thought I'd be tired of 4 soccer games every single day. No, I love
Uh-huh.
it. I can't get enough, brother.
Dude, but I will say, I think you feel the way you feel because the games have been so unexpected. They've been fun. It's been fun to watch. It's been shocking in some instances. It's been really entertaining in some others. And it's been the games that have gone the way they should have gone. They've gone that way and then some. So you're like, it's 4-0, 5-0, blah. And you're like, yeah, sure. But it was fun to watch. And then the games that shocked you, you were like, what just happened? So that was also entertaining. You know what I mean? So it's been a fun watch.
It's been so much fun, and it's also been intense. We're telling you, we're coming at you this time from I guess you can say the freshest game for us was the Colombia game today. And we saw it together again with some friends, and it was one of those games where you guys should have seen Kadyr, man. It's so interesting because I feel the same way, especially with Chile. We don't enjoy those games. It's like we suffer a lot until we score.
I was telling you before the game even began, I was like, why am I nervous? I feel like I'm on the field. I feel like I'm going to go on the pitch and do something. And I'm like just here watching and I'm still like butterflies are going on. And I'm like, I can't wait for the game to start. Before the game starts, I'm like right here biting my nails. It's weird, but so much fun.
It's the passion. It's football. Not just you, but everybody there watching. It's amazing. Such an experience to watch. You see both men, women, everybody just feeling the passion of every goal, every ball that hits the post. It's just we live and die by every play, and that's what I love so much about the sport, brother.
And it was not only is it fun to watch, but it's like when you have a game like let me just talk about the game. The
Let's do
game
it.
today, Colombia and Congo. I was like, we've got this. And then the game starts and you see their goalie turn himself into this ninja. And you're like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? And what can we do to get rid of him? It was insane, man. I was like, yes, I wanted Colombia to score, but I was also in awe. I was like, where does he play? You know what I mean? Do you know where he plays?
Look, I don't want to be this guy, but I disagree with you. I feel like all the balls he saved were playable. He could have saved them. I don't think there was one play where I saw him like, wow, this guy just completely caught it out of nowhere. No, they were gettable. I feel like,
James,
unfortunately,
James's shot in the first half,
gettable,
where he like
gettable.
extended himself to like, 7
You're making
foot
it out to be
long.
like he's a Marvel guy. Like, oh, he extended. Nah, gettable,
To
gettable.
me, to me, that one and the Lucho Diaz, the one that should have gone between his legs and didn't,
With
those
his
two
leg,
were
putting the leg
incredible.
up. You know what? You
The-
know what that gettable,
I don't
gettable,
know, man.
gettable.
Okay, maybe you know what it was. You know what it is. I think maybe I wasn't expecting him to be so sharp. Maybe I was expecting him to be like, and he was just incredible.
Well, that's what happens. In fact, the ball that actually went in was not because of him. It was a ricochet, bounced off another player, and then it went in the other way.
But
So, but you guys deserved it.
I also think that Muñoz meant to psych him. Like he thought he was going to go wide and he went narrow post. You know what I mean? Like where the goalie should have been covering, he never thought the ball was going to go there, and that's where it went.
You think
So
so?
I thought it would.
You don't think the defender just threw him completely off and
No, I think
he
it was
was
a
going the
combination of
right
both.
way and then no?
I think it was a combination of both. I think Daniel Muñoz meant to go that way, but the defender's foot also helped the ball go even. It messed him up. I think it was a little bit of both. I think he meant to go narrow post rather than wide.
Either way, justice was done. It's been a long time since I watched a game where a team deserved so much to win and had so many close calls. I feel like our poor um his name doesn't come to me. El Estrella de Colombia, ¿cómo se llama?
James,
Oh, yeah. No.
Lucho, Díaz.
¿Qué pasó? James, Estrella de Colombia. No, ya
Dude,
fue. Ya fue.
James es la estrella y Díaz es el backup.
No. Diaz is the start today. Are you kidding me? Diaz is the man. Lucho Diaz. I just couldn't think of his name. Lucho Diaz is going to have nightmares of that whistle of the VAR saying, nope, not a goal. Those were beauties by just inches. It's so sad. So sad.
Both of them. But you know what? The offside one, to me, was very clear. He was offsides, sure. The first one, the foul, that was not a foul. That was not a foul. He was completely like, yeah, yes, they touched each other, but that was not like a shove. It wasn't a push. It wasn't an elbow. They just tangled and the guy fell. Like, come on. If you go to South America, that's how we play.
What a tough break for Lucho Diaz. He deserves those goals. He is hands down the best player in Colombia. We're going to talk a little bit about the other guy who you said is a star. I have the most respect for James, but let's just face it, James is too slow right now.
I would agree with you.
And
I
this
have
comes from a
no.
guy who right now, I am super slow in the field right now. So I know slow. I have many
Listen,
friends who can vouch for me. I am slow right now. So
I
yes, I know
cannot.
slow.
I cannot disagree with you. I love him to death. I do think he is he's the guy with the baton, but right now he needs to lose a little bit of weight and get a little bit faster. He just needs a little bit more time. You know what I mean? He needs a little bit, but we're in the middle of the World Cup. We can't afford that time. We need Quintero in there a little bit sooner, in my opinion, or Campas, or somebody else. I think James is there good for 30 minutes. Whether you put him at the beginning of the game or at the end of the game, don't give him more than 30 minutes. He can't handle it.
I wish this game had been an easier game in the sense of how we felt, because on paper it was easy, and when you saw the game, I think Colombia had 18 shots on target or something like that. It was pretty impressive.
It
Yet
was insane.
it didn't feel easy. It was like tense the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying, and I do agree with you. I just hope that they come out blazing against Portugal on Saturday. If they come
It's
out
gonna be
like
tough.
this, like they did today, it's going to be an amazing game. Because Colombia can now tie. Colombia can now tie, and we still go through first. Portugal is not going to want that because whoever gets second is either going to face Croatia or England, and we want to avoid both, at least for the time being.
I think you'd be good with Croatia. I think you're good. Croatia's not the Croatia it was 4 years ago. Let me take you to a point, and let me take you to a point in the game where everybody's nervous. Colombia's still tying 0-0. James comes out, and then Quinteros comes in. What were you thinking when Quintero came in for James?
Thank you. It was about time. That was my first thought. And
Okay.
I was surrounded by a couple of other people. We were all like, "Oh my god, about time!" Like again, we all love James. We know what he represents, but we also can see and understand that he's not the James from the Copa America. He's not the James from 2014. He's not the James from Brazil. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta just kind of. He went to Minnesota. He was in Mexico before that. He was in the Middle East before that, and they were not giving him enough time. So he just doesn't have that rhythm right now. It's
See, there
all.
you go. I would disagree with you that they're giving him enough time. If these teams gave him a chance and he didn't perform, it's kind of on him. Saying three different teams in three different countries in 3 different years, it's kind of on him. I feel like every team would want to keep a guy who is performing.
I really don't think out of those three teams, two, if not all three of those coaches, didn't request James. They were given James. So they did not have
Mm.
James in their like roster, their sequence, their team, their group. And now you're given this like superstar that you should play, but he's not on your plans. Like, how are you going to make both things work? So that's what happened to him in Mexico. That's what happened to him in Spain when he went back to Rayo Vallecano. And the coach came out to the press and he was like, he's a phenomenal player. We'll see what happens. And he just didn't play him because the team was playing the way he wanted them to play without James. You know what I mean? So
I know what you
why
mean.
would you play him? Why would you play him at that point?
So if James is, let's talk about speed right now. Out of 10, he's what? What would you say? 1 to 10. He's
As far as speed goes,
speed.
he's maybe a 4 or 5, maybe.
Okay, 4 or 5. So then we're excited. You were excited. James comes out. Speed 5. Quintero comes in. Speed 6. Que lento! Super
Listen,
slow too,
Quintero,
man. Come on.
but the thing with Quintero, if you watch the very first play that Quintero, whenever he first touches the ball, he fakes like he's going to pass with. He keeps the ball, fakes the Congolese, that's what you call him, right? Congolese midfielder, Sayak. That one play right there was faster than every single James play up until that point when he came out.
Right.
So
Quintero's play went from a 4 to a 5 in speed.
listen,
6,
man,
maybe. It worked.
Quintero to me, both here and physically, is doing more than what James can give you, and that's what Colombia needed at that point.
Okay.
I'm not
So against
saying that one should play the entire game versus the other. I'm saying either sub them sooner or have them both play together so that one can take the slack and pick up the slack.
what you're talking about right now is my biggest critique. I felt like Colombia had this game in control. So there was no need to make the subs the way that they did. It was 10 for 10, 9 for 9. That's what it was. I felt like, no, you got to put all the meat in the grill right now. Add Quinteros to the party. Do you feel the
I would,
same way? Were you happy with the subs? He didn't
I,
really change. I felt like
well,
they
here's the
really had
thing.
control of the game. They could have attacked more, put more
I
more
think
offensive players.
I think putting Quintero and James together for the way that I would like to see Colombia play, that would work. But you cannot have two of those like creative midfielders on at the same time that don't defend. Like you have to have at least one defending and running back and staying behind and sort of like picking up the slack. But when you got two of them who don't move back to defend or to at least cause a little bit of issues when the other team has the ball, that's too big of a risk. It's too big of a risk, and I don't think we want to run it.
I see your point, but it doesn't necessarily have to be having James and Quinteros play together. Cucho did such a great job last time. They could have brought in Cucho and kept just Quinteros instead of having to do. What I'm saying is, I would have liked the coach to just put more offensive players. I felt like they had control already in the back. Let's be serious. Congo wasn't going to score. They run. They're good at defending. But you know right away when they have the ball, you know they're like, pobrecito, no sabe. They're not gonna do anything with the ball. They can get lucky. They shoot. If you
I
give them the
mean,
ball, these are professional players. They will score
thankfully,
on you.
thankfully, they're not the slickest with the ball.
They're not.
Thankfully, but they did have a couple of chances and a couple of opportunities there that were like, had it been a little bit better quality of an opposing team, that would have gone inside. That would have gone in the goal.
Well, the world is a better place when Colombia wins. So we're really excited. At least our world is better when Colombia wins.
I
How do
agree.
you feel against Portugal? Are you nervous? Are you confident?
I am a little bit nervous, but I think I already said this earlier. I think if we come out playing like they did today, then we're okay. I think if we go and own the game and know that we can take the ball away from them, control it, then Colombia's in a good spot. I think if Colombia goes and waits for Portugal to create the game and bring the game to Colombia, then we are in danger.
Well, I think you're in danger, and I'll tell you why, my friend. Colombia needs to just tie to be the winner of the group. They're not going to be as hungry as Portugal. Portugal's going to come to win the game. It is such an easy thing to always see. You always see that in teams. If
Yeah.
they just need the tie, and you know you saw it in the next game we're going to talk about. You want to say anything else about the Colombia game, or we'll talk about that the next game?
No, no, I think we should move on. I think it was a wonderful game. I think Colombia displayed wonderful football. I hope that they do the same or better against Portugal. But let's move on.
Let's move on. So I wanted to give the same example to a game that happened just a couple days ago. Germany 2, Ivory Coast 1. This
Okay.
is exactly what I'm talking about. So Germany comes out the first game and wins 7 to 1. This was a completely different game. So in theory, you see it and you're like, wow, Germany is not that good. I feel the complete opposite. I feel like they were able to win in a completely different manner, which makes them even more dangerous.
I think Germany, I would agree with that. I would agree with that and with that team, with that game, sorry. I think Germany is cruising and coasting and playing a very safe football, knowing that they put 7 in the net on the first one. The second one, they're like, we're just gonna do it our way. And then by now, the last game is gonna be a walk in the park. Like, I don't think they are pressuring and pursuing like they can yet because the first game was so easy.
So Ivory Coast scores first. And after that, they played like a team who was surprised to be in that position and was like, "Hey, oh, okay, let's just not play anymore. I guess we can possibly win." And then Germany scores. They scored late. They did the right subs. I was very impressed with the decisions of the coach. And then after they're like, "Well, I guess we're tied. That's also good. Let's continue to not play." That was the reaction. That was the attitude of Ivory Coast, and it came back to bite them in the ass, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's what happens. Like, I feel like whenever you get to the World Cup, if you do not have a clear plan and a clear structure of how the game should develop, then you're just hoping. And when you hope against Germany, you lose.
Right. Speaking of hoping, let's talk about Uruguay.
Oh,
And what can you tell me about Uruguay? ¿Qué le pasó a nuestros charrúas? What happened to the
uh,
La Garra
I,
Charrúa? You always
bro,
expect, before you tell me, you always expect us Latinos, we know about the Garra Charrúa. We know about the legend. They're going to elbow, they're going to somehow score in the last minute with the head, with
exactly.
whatever, and they're going to come through with the result.
I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, it seems to me like it's, when you like you think that everything is set up correctly at home, but some stuff isn't working correctly. And you're just like, what is going on? But you can't really figure it out. And it's just going to end up being one cable that's affecting everything else. I feel like that's what's happening to Uruguay. Like, I can't pinpoint what it is, but like, I'll give you this example. As you know, I'm not a huge Real Madrid fan, but Federico
You
Valverde is incredible. He's
freaking
incredible.
hater.
That guy, to me, doesn't do anything wrong at Real Madrid. Like, whatever he does, defending, attacking, playing as a winger, as a midfielder, taking shots, free kicks, like, the guy does everything well. You bring him to the national team and it's like he forgot how to play. What is happening? And I'm only mentioning him because I feel like the same thing is happening to everybody else. It's one of those things where, like, La Garra Charrua stayed in Uruguay and they came here and they were like, well, let's just see what happens. And this is what's happening. You can't win a game.
What do you think that is happening to Valverde? What is the reason for him forgetting to play?
I that's my question mark. I don't know. I wish I could figure it out. I wish I could pinpoint it. I wish I could hypothesize and be like, I think blah blah blah. I have no idea, man. Like, I really wanted them to do well. I wanted them to represent South America like they should represent South America. But it looks like Haiti could beat them.
Oh man, It's hard for me to talk shit about Bielsa. I love Bielsa. What Bielsa did for Chile, for Chilean football, maybe it's Bielsa. You think it could be Bielsa?
I I don't know. I mean, I think he's a great coach. I think he's a great coach. I don't think look, I'm going to be honest, and I think it's okay to say I don't know sometimes. I don't know what's going on with him. I had way higher expectations, and they are probably the biggest letdown as far as Latin American countries in this World Cup for
Hands
me.
down. Hands down. For me, absolutely. I feel like their players are also not peaking at the right time. That's you need that. You need that in the World Cup. You need to have players come up. Sometimes it could be they're not playing well, and sometimes it's just injury. I'll never forget one of my favorite players of all time, forwards, El Chupete Suazo. Remember El Chupete? Chupete.
Claro,
Chupete
claro.
Suazo. I was so excited. The World Cup was just around the corner, and Chupete was just killing it in Monterrey, Mexico. They were going to put a statue on him. He was just doing great. He's the last grade nine we've had, although Vargas could be considered a nine too, but he's the last grade nine. So he goes to Spain to get ready just 6 months before the World Cup. And then a month before the World Cup, they rip his shoulder, they break his shoulder, and he was not
Oh,
able to play in the World Cup.
oh,
Chile, the qualifier to that World Cup, he was the leading goal scorer of the whole Latin America. And then so it's just so sad the timing of things. In this case, Suazo was not able to help the Chilean offense because of injury. In Uruguay's, I feel it has to do with just the level of play. Nunez, he was at Liverpool. He left Liverpool. They're not going through their great moments right now as soccer players.
mm,
Valverde is
mm.
probably the only one.
It's I really, again, I will say it again. I don't know. It seems to me very uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah,
watching them play looks very uncomfortable. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I wish I could have a magic little wand and cast a spell for them to be a little more um together. But I don't see them going far,
we'll
sadly.
see. Let's go to the next game. I'm going to bring up this team because you mentioned that this is one of your favorite teams so far. Talking
Uh-huh.
about Japan. Japan
Oh,
won 4-0. What are your feelings about this? Does this solidify your feelings about Japan being one of your favorites for this World Cup?
dude, I think so. I think so. Wouldn't you?
I got a chance to watch the game, and there's a
Okay.
couple of fun facts about the game. This is the first time ever an Asian team scores four or more goals. I didn't know that.
Interesting. I didn't know that
Beautiful.
either.
It's beautiful to see the growth of the sport and how it's grown in Asia and how teams like Korea, South Korea, how Japan used to be considered kind of the weakest links in their groups, and now they're playing up to par. It's a beautiful thing to see. The other thing is that this was the 1,000th game in a World Cup.
Oh, interesting. Fun. That's a
Interesting,
fun fact.
fun fact. Okay, you're
Fun
welcome.
fact. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for
But most
educating me.
importantly,
I did know that this was their quickest goal ever. I didn't know because I heard in the commentary.
okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
they scored four goals. On paper, you think it's a hell of a game. I have to tell you, this to me was the most boring fourth nil victory I have seen in a long time. I was
Really?
falling asleep. They were not attacking, killing them. It was just more like efficient, like just chilling, chilling. Score. All right. Chilling, chilling. Score. All right. They did that four times. That's
Does
the
it
end. That's the
surprise
game.
you? Does it surprise you coming from an Asian team though?
You want to give them the if you want to give them the hat to wear of a favorite, I expected more from them to just continue to attack, not to just be like chilling, boring,
Look,
and then attack and
look.
score.
If we compare something like that versus, like, again, going back to the Colombia game where they were just like the first half, they were just like boom and attacking and producing and producing and producing and not scoring. I would rather be Japan. Like, let me have four chances and four goals instead of 16 shots on goal and no goals. You know what I mean?
Of course, but then you see that they're playing against Tunisia, and you feel like they should definitely have more chances. I'm with you 100%. You don't win with chances; you win with goals. I get it. However, it's just a note. that I got from the game. I was surprised. It didn't seem like a 4-0, but then it did. And it
Yeah,
also talks about how efficient this team is. They don't have stars, however, they play great together.
that's fair, man. That's fair. They don't need stars. They don't need stars. As long as you're able, if you can score 4 games without, I mean, 4 goals without stars, I think you're sitting pretty. So yeah, I think it solidifies my um pick as a big surprise in this World
Okay.
Cup.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I can give it to you. I can give it to you, especially because they tied against the Netherlands. And the
exactly.
Netherlands came back and put on a show against Sweden. I was shocked. What was your
Jap-
reaction to that score?
Dude,
Netherlands
Japan.
5, Sweden 1.
I think the Netherlands first 2 things. I think they put it together, and then Sweden just shut the bed. Like I think it was a combination of both. You know what I mean? Like I think the Netherlands came out a lot more aggressive. Number one, they came out to play a lot more in sync. To get like I was watching like one of my favorite midfielders on the planet is Frankie de Jong, and he to me is like a puppeteer, but a lot of the time he's too slow. And this game he wasn't. So when he's on, the rest of the team operates smoothly, in my opinion. And he was just much better. So when he's great, everybody else is great.
Did you just say Frankie de Jong looks like a puppeteer?
No, I said he operates like a puppeteer.
Oh, no, that was me. He does look like a puppeteer too. He totally does. He could totally pull it off. I could see him. He just needs a mustache of some kind, and then he does it.
Yeah,
So
I
I
agree.
feel like that score was kind of a lying score. This is the first time ever a team in the World Cups has won 5-1, and then the very next game lost 5-1. Very interesting. This game, wow, Netherlands was so freaking efficient. It was a line score. It did not deserve to be 5-1, maybe 5-3, 5-4.
Mm-hmm.
Sweden kept attacking. They just didn't have the efficiency that the Netherlands had. It was
Mm,
such a fun game to watch because it was back and forth. You watch these World Cup games and nothing happens. In some
yeah.
of them, let's be fair. This was such a fun game. Just back and forth, back and forth. Boop, Netherlands scores. Back and forth. Boop, Netherlands scores. Oh, Netherlands scores. Oh, Sweden scores. It was like that. It was such a fun game to watch. Really, really.
The-
If you didn't know the score, or well, it's impossible for you to watch and not to know the score. But anyway, you wouldn't think it was 5-1. It was like 5-3, 5-4, something like that.
Fun,
It
man.
should have been.
That's part of the fun. And they also have a historic rivalry, right? Like the
Yeah.
Netherlands and Sweden. They've had I forget how many World Cup games against each other. So it's one of those things where like I feel like if you bring it to South America, it'd be like Argentina and Brazil. Like you know they like
Yeah.
they see each other and they're like, oh, this is gonna be a special game. So everybody gives it a little extra, and it's
Yeah.
fun to watch.
All right. Speaking of extra and fun to watch, we saved the best for last. The
Oh,
stars. We got to start out with, of course, you're a Barca guy. Yamal becomes the eighth youngest player in World Cup history to score. How do you feel about that? You must be super happy, a Barca guy. That's your next hero,
18,
right?
dude. 18 years old. What were you doing at 18, Diego?
Not scoring goals in the World Cup.
There you go, man. And this kid, he'd been injured, he'd been trying to recover. The first game he was a sub. He came on, he came on the last 20 minutes, try to, shake the game up. He was semi-successful, but Spain wasn't able to pull it off. Did you know that he went to his coach and he specifically said, I need to start. I need to be a starter the next game. And the coach's plan was to not do that. The coach was like, no, let me save you and let's see how the game develops and let me put you second half. And he was like, if you start me, the game will already have been decided by halftime. Did you know that? Did you know he said that
No, no,
yeah.
no.
He was like, let me start. And by halftime, the game will be in our pocket. The kid comes in and in 10 minutes scores the first fucking Spain goal. And then I don't know. He's on a different level, man. He's on a different level. I feel like whenever, again, he's on, the rest of the team is better. He's always making an unexpected, beautiful surprise, and he's serving it to us, the audience, on a beautiful platter, and you cannot help but to enjoy him. Everything else that happens off the field is irrelevant. When he's on and he touches the ball, it's beauty.
I know you're going to give me a biased answer as a huge Barcelona fan. You know, he's been part of the controversy because he says things like that. But then again, it's AI. You don't know what's real, what's not. Does he have those dicks remarks that what you just said could have totally been taken kind of like one of those dick remarks that he's been known to say? What are your thoughts about his dick remarks?
My thoughts is that two things. Number
Mm,
one, he's 18 years old. Everybody put
yeah.
yourself in the shoes of yourself when you were 18 and think about the shit that you used to think and say. That's number one. Number two, I feel like in the last 15 to 20 years, we have been brainwashed into you cannot be a very confident person because it's going to come across as an asshole and people are not going to like you. And here is my thing. If you can back it up, if you can back it up, if you can show tangible proof, I'm going to get there because I knew you were going to get there. If you can show tangible proof, be confident, be that guy. And it is what it is. And some people are going to love you and some people are not going to like you, but it is what it is. I will give you this example. And I'm going to take it away from football. LeBron. To me, LeBron needs to be quiet. He should be quiet. However, he is, if not the number one ever, he is sitting right there in that conversation. The reason why he is annoying is because of his mouth. Now let's bring it back to football. You have your idol over there behind you with the number 7. Same idea. The guy is incredible. Can you just be incredible without talking so much smack? You know what I mean? It's Jamal is the same. And I love the kid and I love Barcelona. I do wish sometimes he kept quiet, but that doesn't take away from everything he does on the pitch.
Let's hope, because he's still 18, and let's hope he has a brilliant career. We're going to talk about the stars that are now the biggest stars in the world, and hopefully Yamal can get to that level. I can't let you slip a LeBron Michael Jordan debate and just like, hey, let's talk about it. I can't just like let you just, just
Don't.
bring it up. No, 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 no. This is how I see it, and this is how I feel the debate ends. When you have the Olympics, you have the 100-meter race and you have the 400-meter race, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, Jordan is the best ever at the 100-meter race, and LeBron is the best ever at the 400-meter race. End of story. If you need brilliance to the top level, Michael Jordan was that. If you need a 400-meter race, a career, nobody's second to LeBron James. So one was peaked at the greatest, and one was greatest the longest. That makes sense?
Would Kobe fit in that conversation somewhere? Like at the same level,
Kobe,
just
I
somewhere
love Kobe
else?
so much. I love Kobe so much. He had the Mamba mentality. Kobe at this point is a step below the conversation.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He is.
Okay.
He is. He is.
Okay. Interesting.
Even
Interesting.
though he gave so much to the game. I love
And you know,
Kobe more. Kobe is my favorite player. So I'm telling you this as Kobe being my favorite player. I
uh,
love Kobe more than Jordan, and I love Kobe more than LeBron. Just being objective, seeing, having experience, having them watch them both live and experience their careers as a Laker fan and as not a Laker fan in the case of James with the other teams and Jordan. Yeah,
mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Look,
So
I think this in this non-football related argument, I'm 100% with you. I agree.
okay.
You
So
know, we
going back
usually
to
we usually we usually see eye to eye. We will differ on like
yeah,
one or two
yeah,
things,
yeah,
but I don't. I agree with you.
yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with you. Yeah.
Perfect. So
So
going back
go,
to
go
Yamal.
bringing it back to Spain.
Okay.
I think people are sleeping on Oyarzabal. I do think
Mm,
I do think speaking about puppeteers and people
mm,
carrying the weight of the team on their shoulders, I
yeah.
do think Mikel Oyarzabal is doing a phenomenal job, and because he's just not as famous, he's not getting the recognition he should be.
Well, maybe after this World Cup, he will.
Maybe, maybe.
You know who's
I
getting
think he
too
should be
much
getting the
recognition?
recognition during the World Cup, but he's not.
Sure, sure. You know who's getting too much recognition? And I'm glad you're talking about because he plays the same position.
Who?
Alvarez, La Araña. What are your thoughts about Alvarez La Araña?
I do think. I mean, he's injured. He's injured. So I know Scaloni's trying to like save him. He keeps saying he's healthy, but clearly he's not because he's not starting. I do think he's great. I just don't think he has had enough time to show anything. So they should, let the people who are playing have the spotlight.
Well, word on the street is that Atletico Madrid turned down 150 million bid from Real Madrid to for the services of Alvarez. What are your thoughts about that amount? 150 mil, 150 euros.
Fake news.
Really?
That didn't happen.
Okay, let's just say that it did. How much is Alvarez worth? Is he worth 150 euros?
I 150, yes. 150 million, I don't think so.
Sorry, man. 150 million euros. Come on, he's not worth 150 euros. 150 euros. Is he worth 150 mil euros?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
How much is he worth?
I think he's a phenomenal player. I do think, I mean, the kid has won everything at this point. You know that, right? He's won la Copa América, la Champions, el Mundial, la Eurocopa, todo. O sea, he literally like what was the meme last World was he's
He's
finished
playing in
football
a
because he's
team
won
sport.
everything?
He's playing in a team sport. You can't give him credit for everything.
No,
He
you can't. But if you look at the paper,
he contributed. Sure.
he has won everything. So and he's a phenomenal player. I do think he's top notch, but I don't think he has like. Look, I'm gonna compare him to somebody that I don't love, but I do think he's a great player. Like I'm gonna compare him to Mbappe because they play in similar position.
Hold on a second.
He,
You're putting Alvarez with Mbappe. You're
no,
comparing them?
no, I
Come
was
on.
gonna compare them. I was gonna compare them
No, don't
precisely
do
to
that. Don't do that. You're
clarify.
gonna lose all credibility. We're not gonna get
No,
any followers. People are gonna stop watching the show. As soon as you start
no,
comparing Alvarez to Mbappe, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's don't know shit." Boop.
no. What I was gonna say is that they cannot compare. That was gonna be my comment. My comment was people want Alvarez to be on the same level, but they're not. That was gonna be my comment. My
Okay.
comment is people want Julian to be this like Mbappe like, and he just simply hasn't showed that level of efficiency in the last 2 to 3 seasons. So you
Julian
can't
had like
not put him there.
13 goals, 14 goals. I don't know how many goals. Forgive me. I don't know, but he didn't have to be a nine. You need to be a top goal scorer. Like there's so many. So if how much is Julian Alvarez worth? Just play with me. How much is he worth? Not 150, but how much is he worth?
I- If I have to put a number on it, I'm gonna say
Yes.
at the very top 100 mil, but I would go like more like 80, 85.
Okay, 80, 85. How much is Kane?
Kane,
Yeah. If Alvarez is 100, it's 85 to 100. How much is Kane?
100,
So Kane's a little bit more than Alvarez.
a little bit.
You know, Kane scored maybe 20, 30 more goals than Alvarez.
I say
Position.
you put Kane in Atletico, and he doesn't do the same thing he's doing at Bayern. He does what Julian did at Bayern, at
You think
Atletico.
you think you put Alvarez in Bayern and he does the same thing that Kane does?
I think you put my grandpa in Bayern, he does the
Stop
same
it.
thing Kane did.
Stop it. No, 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 no,
You,
no,
I'm telling you,
no,
I'm telling you,
no.
I'm telling you,
Oh, no, no,
you could put the number 9 from the Haiti national team in Bayern Munich, and
no,
he would score 30 goals a season.
no, 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 no. I couldn't disagree with you. I couldn't disagree with you more. Hell no. So if Alvarez to you is 100, it's 100 mil. How much is Haaland?
Oh, dude. Haaland is light years above Alvarez. Light years. I would pay twice as much for Haaland than I
That's
would
it?
from Alvarez.
Only 200 mil? I think
What do you mean
Haaland
that's
is
it?
I think Haaland is 300 mil.
No, I don't think anyone is
Yes,
300 mil.
I think Haaland is because Haaland has a contract with Manchester City for like 7 more years or something like that. He's
Sure, because he's
Haaland is like
incredible.
24, 25.
He's incredible. I mean, to me, he's probably. I know you think Kane is the best number 9. I think
No,
Haaland
no,
is
no,
the
no,
best.
no, no, no. Haaland is the best. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Haaland is
he's
the
the best.
best number 9.
He's the best number
There's
9.
no. Kane is number 2. Well, no, Mbappe. Mbappe's there. He is. Come on. He is.
Mbappe's great. If you had me choose, I would pick Haaland over the other two with my eyes closed any day of the
Okay.
week.
Good, good. We can continue to talk soccer then, bro.
Did you
You
see?
just
Did you
you
see?
really were. I was starting to doubt. I was starting to doubt. I was
Dude,
starting to
I, I
think.
I
I
know,
was
I
starting to,
know,
to
I know what
overthink
I
my
know.
life decisions. What the hell am
No,
I doing here? I was starting to think, what am I doing here?
I
But
know
now,
what I
now
know.
you're back. Welcome back,
Did you
Kadyr.
see his interview post Senegal game?
What happened?
Well, they asked him, France is next, and they were like, so France is next. What do you have anything to say about that game? And Haaland is 6'5", so he's like towers over everybody, and he is a Viking, so he's like this Viking towering over the interviewer, and he just kind of looks down at the interviewer, and he's just like, I don't really care. he was like, I'm just happy that we've already made it to the next round. That's already a win. France is probably gonna beat us. They're probably gonna win the whole thing. So I don't really care. It's fine.
He said that. Oh, dude, how can you not love
And
that
that's
guy?
one of the reasons why I love the guy, because I mean, they're gonna come out on battle. They're gonna come out and
Yeah,
fight, but he's also taken all of that pressure that everybody else is putting on him off. And
yeah.
he's just like, it is what it is. They're a phenomenal team. I'm gonna go do my thing. We're gonna play, but they're probably gonna beat us, and it's fine.
It's such a great way to segue now to the Norway game. It's so awesome to see because I don't think Haaland was known around the world. The World Cup is possibly the most well, clearly is the best. ¿Cómo se dice vitrina para el
Uh,
mundo?
not a panel, but like a shelf,
So it's what I'm trying
like
to
a
say is fans know who Haaland is, but the
right.
casual fan doesn't necessarily know. They know the Messis, they know the Ronaldos, they know the Mbappes. Haaland has never been in a World Cup. This is the opportunity for the world. I feel like this is the coming out party for Haaland.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
all the fans that are just the casual fans, like who is this Haaland guy that people are kind of talking about? So to come out in his first 2 games and score 4 goals already,
Twice,
ah,
yeah.
it's so awesome to see, brother. As you know, I have the Haaland. I have the
I know.
Haaland.
I
Yeah,
know, I
yeah.
know, I know. I know. And he's right behind you as well.
He's
So,
right behind me. He's right behind me. And how awesome is that Viking row thing that the fans do?
dude, did you see when they did it at the stadium with the team sitting on the grass?
Yes,
I was like,
yes.
you cannot beat that. Like, that is right there why people love them.
Yeah, yeah. It's cool. It's cool to have like team that's kind of a darling that you love them, they're likable. What Brazil used to be.
Yes, yes, exactly. Good. That was a very good comparison, because everybody used to love Brazil because of their vibe. I feel
Their
like the
vibe.
Vikings are now taking over that.
I saw a commercial the other day and it reminded me that this commercial had Beanie Jr. and he's dancing. Have you seen that commercial where he's dancing?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he's just like, no le sale. They're trying so hard oh, he's dancing, make him likable. No,
He
no, no
can't
le
even do
sale.
that right.
Yeah, no, 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 no. I was gonna say poor Vinny, but there's nothing poor about this guy. He's great. He doesn't need he doesn't need our
No,
approval
no,
whatsoever.
no.
Yeah,
I think Brazil needs to let Neymar have his last dance and then just sort of wait a decade to recycle and reset their players.
I hope so bad that Neymar gets a chance to play. He's the only one missing. We've had all the
Yeah.
all the oldies, all the oldies, and we're gonna get to the oldies in just a minute. But before we finish talking about Haaland, I'm gonna give you the stat: 59 goals in 52 appearances.
Ah, that is
Okay,
insane.
for Norway, 59 goals in 52. I'm gonna compare to a guy who's his age, compared to a lot. Mbappe. You know how many Mbappe has?
No.
He has 58 goals, so he has one less goal than Haaland for France in 99 games.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You know how amazing Mbappe is. Think of that number for a second, just so you could see how amazing Haaland is.
Yeah, no, I have absolutely no rebuttal to that because I agree. Well, I think France played Iraq, and that was Kylian's 100th game.
Oh,
So
that was 100 game? Okay.
yeah, because I remember the commentary talking about it.
So
That
then he
was his
has two
100th.
more goals. So then he has two more goals. So he has
Yeah,
61? Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna
So,
tell you guys,
but still, like that's what is that? 30 something games difference? It's
no,
incredible.
dude. No, 52. Haaland has only played 52 games. Mbappe has played 100 games, 50 more
That's true.
games,
That's true. That's true. That's true.
almost the
Yeah,
same
he's
goals
played
in 50 more games.
in half of the
Not
games.
only that, but he's playing with France, superstars like Olise and Dembele and people who are giving him passes and Griezmann, all these people that are just feeding him the ball.
Yep.
Up to this point, Haaland's basically by himself.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm
I
gonna tell
agree.
you
No,
guys all, we're talking about Haaland, and rightly so. I'm gonna tell you all the day I fell in love with Haaland. I'm gonna share that moment with you guys.
please.
Okay? Well, buddies here, I saw this game, the highlights, when he played, I think it was a sub 20 game in the World Cup, and he played against Honduras. Are you familiar with that game?
I don't think so.
Oof. Okay, well, you're gonna have to check it out on YouTube.
Tell me.
Everybody go check it out on YouTube. It was the World Cup, okay, sub 20. And Norway beats Honduras, I think 10-0 or 11-0.
Oh wow.
And Haaland scores 9 goals.
Oh my God. No wonder.
And he could have had another penalty, and he could have and they disallowed one. I'm telling you, I saw that. I was like, who's this kid? He still played. It was his first season in Borussia Dortmund. So from then on, I followed up. I felt like he was going to be something special, and he is. I'm so happy.
Is that the most a single player has scored in a game for the national team?
Think so. I think so. So
That has it has to be.
I think so. Has to be. I think it was 9 goals. Don't kill me if it was 8. I think it was 9 goals. In my head, it was 9 goals. And if I'm wrong, just lie to me. Let me just still live in my dream thinking that it was 9 goals. Okay? But
Dude,
if
that's
not, just leave
incredible.
your comments and tell me. Incredible. Incredible. And what's incredible still, I know we're talking about Mbappe and comparing him to Haaland, but still, what Mbappe's doing is still incredible. France came back. They're doing it.
They're both out of this world, which, the only thing that does is make Messi more unbelievable, but between the two of them, they're both incredible.
Right, right. What are your thoughts about France? They won 3-0. They beat Iraq super easy. They even had a little break in between. They took a nap during that weather delay.
Look, I think they played their game. They didn't concede at not only any goals, but any shots on target. So like the fact that you can hold a team back and not let them shoot against you even one time, yes, it was Iraq, but I think France is a very well-oiled machine, and they're one of the two teams to beat in this World Cup. So good
Who's
for
the
them.
second one?
Spain.
Really? You're still sticking to Spain?
Dude, after watching their second game, absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
the difference between Spain and France is France has done it for 2 games, and the difference is France didn't really play for 75 minutes or maybe 65 minutes of the first game, and they still won convincingly. When they turn it on, I don't think there's a better team. just
I agree.
talent
I
wise.
agree. And it pains me to say so because I don't love them, but as far as like their level, I think they're pretty unmatched right now. Like like Spain doesn't have it. I mean, they're just a little bit below. Argentina are below that. Germany are definitely below that. Like, everybody else that you could say that you could maybe be like, yeah, they would put up a fight. They're just they don't have the depth. They don't have, you know what I mean? Like, I think France is a level above, and it pains me to say this, but damn it, I really don't want them to win, but I think they might.
They're definitely one of the favorites. One of my favorites, which you're giving me shit for earlier on today, and rightfully so, England. Ooh, what happened to England on the second game, bro?
You tell me. I've already told you what I thought about them last time we talked about that team. Remember what I said? I said they
He was right
always
away,
come on as
guys. He
favorites
was
and then they shit the
freaking
bed.
hating right away, just texting right during the game. Just think, oh, this is your England. I've said
Listen,
it. The first game they played, they looked amazing. I was so surprised. It's not a typical England game. But also my uncle, who's I'm gonna talk about my uncle's a huge. I don't know if he's a bigger Ronaldo fan or a bigger Messi hater. Either way. But he also came on me like, man, look at your England. So yeah, I was getting shit from everybody. Like, look at your England. And rightfully so. They didn't show up. They didn't show up. Yeah. I
dude,
don't know.
when you have Kane, you have Saka, you have Rashford, you have all of them, and you cannot break that lock against Ghana. Come on, dude. Like, this is the
Oye, oye,
World
oye,
Cup.
espérate. You barely broke it as Colombia, bro. You barely broke it against Congo. And you're talking shit like barely. O sea, ganaste 1-0, tranquilo, tranquilo.
Espérate. But on paper, listen, my Colombian heart says that Colombia is a better team than the English team. But on paper, and according to everybody, England is like top 3, top 4. So they should have ran circles
No,
around
no,
Ghana, and they
no.
didn't. You know?
You're absolutely right. There's nothing to say. They let me down super early, and I think it's going to be hard for them to win my heart over. I'm not that easy. They're going to have to, no sé, me van a tener que ganar. Gáname
We'll see.
England. They're going to have to win me
We'll,
over
we'll,
somehow.
we'll we'll see what happens. I do think they are always a favorite and they always shit the bed. And I told you last time, and I'll say it again. I think the exact same thing is going to happen. They might get out of the group stage and then they're going to go home. So bye, English.
Exactly. Hope you guys have enjoyed our conversation. We saved the best for last. Isn't that true, Kadir? The two legends have to come at the end. That's why
I
we
think
have that
so.
in the back. Let's talk about Ronaldo, because Ronaldo finally
Okay.
showed up first, and then we can talk about Messi. Go ahead. Give me all the hate of Ronaldo. I'll take all the hate. Dale,
No, I
dale.
have I
Dale, no,
have nothing to
yo te
say.
espero.
I
Yo te
am
espero.
Listen, I'm very glad that he showed up. I'm not even gonna lie. I think the first goal was kind of like a happy accident,
There's
but
the hate. There's the hate. There's happy
I,
accident.
I think
Happy
I think the
accident.
first goal was a happy accident. I
How
think
is
he
that a
could have
happy
very
accident?
easily.
Tell
It
me
was,
how was
he kind of went for it and found it, but he could have very well missed it because he's missed it the
But he
same
didn't.
exact shot the
But he
past 5 years
didn't.
in a
But
row.
he didn't. But he didn't.
Right, he didn't.
Give
The
him some
second one
credit.
was the second one seemed a lot more purposeful. Here's one of the things that I will give him, the free kick goal that he didn't take. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, I guarantee you, he thought he was gonna take it. And then his teammate was just like, no, I got it. And then the fact that he didn't take that, to me, meant more than everything else on that game
What did it
from
mean,
him.
Kadir? If it meant so much, what did it mean exactly?
It meant he didn't put himself first for the first time ever while playing for Portugal. It
Wow.
meant he put the team first. It meant he understood the opposing team thought that he was going to take it. So they weren't paying attention to the other guy. They weren't prepared for the other guy. They weren't
Mhm.
prepared for a left foot coming in. You know what I mean? So they were just not ready. So he finally understood that the old Ronaldo from a couple of days ago would have been like, fuck it, I'm taking it. I don't care. And he didn't. So I appreciate that.
Oh man, look, so wonderful to see Ronaldo do this. He is the second oldest player to score. He's still 2, 3 years older than Messi. 2 years older than Messi now.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the second oldest player to score in the World Cup, and he scored two, and he did them nicely. Although I have to admit, I am so happy for him. I'm so happy for him. He was playing. When he was playing, there was a couple of plays that he was a little slow to, and it's okay.
Mhm.
I, to me, Ronaldo's still better, even though he's beyond his great years. Uh, he's still better than some other good players. He just still is.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
You
No
know,
doubt.
he
No doubt.
deserves. I don't understand the argument like he shouldn't even play. It's like no, he's still there and what he needs. And he scored 2 goals today, but you can still say a little bit slow. And it's funny because I was watching. I said earlier that I was going to bring up my uncle. I was watching the game with him. Every goal, like he was celebrating so much, like so happy. Goal. Uh,
Of
to, to
course.
to be fair, he was also celebrating the Haaland goals I got. And then we're still watching the game with him. But I'm
Yeah.
celebrating with him because I'm really happy for Ronaldo. But in those plays where he was a little slow, I said to myself, "Oh, está viejito. Oh, he's a little old. You should have seen how mad, angry he got." And right away, you know what he turned around and said? He's like, "Urgh. Oh, está viejito, couldn't get there." But it was kind of cute. He turned around and was like, "Well, Messi, le robaron todo. Messi debió haber sido expulsado." He started talking about Messi, should have been kicked out of the game. It's so interesting to me. I was talking specifically about Ronaldo playing at that point, but the
Yeah.
world can't help but compare them. You're talking about Messi, and this is the famous, on the other hand, Ronaldo, or when you're saying Ronaldo, on the other hand, Messi, the world can't help. So many fans around the world can't help but compare. It's so exaggerated, man. It's
Dude,
like
let's
they're both
just
freaking
enjoy
awesome.
them both for the
Yeah.
last few games. Let's just enjoy them both for the last few games. They are likely going to be playing for their national teams. Like, listen, I'm not a big Ronaldo fan, but I enjoy watching him and I enjoy the guy being so amazing. There's zero animosity except when he starts fucking talking shit.
Guys, do you believe Kadir? Do you believe he's being sincere right now when he's saying that?
I'm so
Mm,
honest. I would be like, look, Ronaldo, you are definitely top 100 players in history. Yes.
100 player in history. Are you guys hearing what he? Okay, we need to have a show just on the debate, but I'm going to let you now do the segue to Messi. And this is what you're going to say. We're talking about Ronaldo. You're going to say, on the other hand, Messi.
No. Here's what I'm going to say. I am very glad that he missed that penalty. That's what I will
Why?
say.
Why?
Because that's not a way, that is not the right way to become the highest scoring human being in the history of the World Cup. Like, that's not how you do it, number one. And number two, I didn't think it was a penalty. I didn't think it was a penalty. Like, the fact that they
Okay.
gave that penalty to Argentina was bullshit. Like, that shouldn't have happened. So I'm glad he missed.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm glad. I'm glad he missed too, so he wouldn't have tainted, because that would have been tainted.
Yeah.
So, you know what the
Yeah.
joke is, right? You know what the joke is.
I mean, people would have been like,
You know
FIFA
why he
gave it
missed
to
the
him.
penalty? No, but you know why he missed the penalty?
Why?
Because Austria wears red, and for a second he thought he was playing against Chile. He thought he was playing against Chi Chi Chi, le le le. Where's it? He
Viva
thought he was
Chile.
playing against Chi 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 Chi, le le le, and so he missed the penalty.
Listen,
Así es
whatever it
como
was,
aparecemos en el mundial.
I think it was good that he missed, and I do think it was even better the way he scored the first
Yes.
one. Does it remind you, or did it remind you of the El Clásico where he does this with the jersey after, because it immediately reminded me of that Jordi Alba pass, him scoring, taking his jersey off and just showing it to the Bernabeu. Listen, it doesn't get better than that.
You know what it reminded me of? Of 70% of his goals.
Hey,
Some
hey,
70% of the goals are like that. He's just
there
amazing.
was a post-game interview with an Argentinian reporter who reminded him of the Bernabeu goal that I just talked about, and he was like, did that, when you scored that game, did it remind you of the one you scored at the Bernabeu?" Da, da, da? And Messi was like, "Wait, which one?" And he was like, "The one against Madrid where you had the shirt." And he was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was very similar." And then he turned around, and you know that meme when they put like the sunglasses and the cigarette, like you're an OG? Like
Yeah.
he turned around and he's like, "Tengo varios así, tengo muchos."
Yeah.
I was like,
He
I
deserves
was
it.
like,
He deserves it.
exactly,
He
exactly.
deserves it.
He deserves it
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I am loving so much that the stars are coming through, and I'm loving so much that Messi and now Ronaldo has joined the party. It's been such
Yeah.
an amazing World Cup, and I can't wait to continue to watch it and see what other uh,
Dude,
memories and history. Yeah.
starting tomorrow, we're gonna have all of those games happen at the same time because it's the last game of the group stages. So the games are no longer staggered; they're happening at the same time. So teams don't know what the results are on the other teams.
Right.
It's gonna be more amazing to watch. Like we start with the Mexico one tomorrow, and it'll go from there. It'll be a fun time.
Is there going to be like 6 games at the same time, something like that?
I
Six
think
in
it's
one
6.
day? Oof,
Yeah, I think it's 6
that's a
games in
lot.
one day. Yeah,
Yeah. But you know what? We'll be here. We'll be here to talk
we're gonna
about
have
the
a
next
lot to talk
games.
about.
Yeah, we will. And we had a lot to talk about today, buddy.
It
Yeah.
was fun, man. It was fun.
It was
It was
fun
a
because
it was a
Colombia
blast
won.
watching the
Yay.
game. It was a blast watching the game with you. So I hope we can
Of course.
continue to do so
Heck
for the
yeah,
remainder
man.
of the World Cup.
Heck yeah, guys. And we had a great time having this chat. I'm glad you guys can join. Please leave your comments. Let us know what you think. Do you think Kadyr is telling the truth? Is he being sincere about Ronaldo?
I don't lie, guys. If
All
I'm
right,
lying,
let
I'll
us know.
here.
Wonderful. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.